Hello folks and welcome. In the previous episode, in this new series we started with mercenary human character and we reached 26 human and 26 mercenary mastery as well as 29 tokens. We got to unlock the tier 2 mercenary cards, which you can now use in your adventures. And if you actually play with human mercenary once more, you will unlock even more cards, but today we will be, let's pick a less skimpy outfit. Maybe this one. And we'll be playing with a human shadow character. We'll name her Lorelei. And Shadow is relying on poison and piercing, as well as a bit of dark kind of damage. So we have the human cards up here and the shadow cards down here. And let's see what we need in order to boost our dark. We need charisma. 1 star means it has a small effect, 2 stars means it has a larger effect, and 3 star it means that it's the only affecting factor. And if you are curious about exactly how these formulas are working exactly, you can go here into the community guide section, check the guide called Mastering Khyranor Reborn. I explain these things in detail. And we need agility for poison and piercing, and we need intellect for poison, and we need strength also for piercing. So let's get our intellect to 15, our willpower to 10. I will also get my agility to 16, 17. Having negative attributes give a quite steep penalty in the affinities. So sometimes it's worth not to have this negative penalty. But of course at this point we don't have much attribute points to assign. The higher your mastery goes, the more points you will be able to assign here. So a human and shadow with really high masteries will be much stronger than what we just made here. And you will be able to challenge the more difficult game modes like Iron Man or Syrian Demigod. Let's also play in casual, since we are still in our first steps. We haven't unlocked enemies, we haven't unlocked many cards. And by unlocking enemies, I mean that if you now go to the enemies compendium and click all, you will notice that the enemies we did fight in our previous episode are now unlocked, and you can get details on their tactics, you can get details on their factions, you can get details on their various weaknesses and strengths. Well, those you haven't defeated are unknown, and it's good to know what things your enemies can do and what cannot. Let's check our perks. We have the human perks here, and we also have Corrupt, which is a class perk, and it basically gives us a +1 in dark damage. I will skip getting any perks at this point. And just move on to my deck. We have Backstab, Hide in Shadows. We already saw Read Aura, Hypnosis and stuff. Skulk, Weak Poison, and Fight Dirty. We don't have any additional cards to add. Let's start by taking advantage of these weak poison cards, which will give us a synergy poison to our next card. Deal 3 astral damage, target max damage -1. Let's use it here. Let's inflict vulnerable, hypnosis, +3 the vulnerable. Not enough. But now we know that this guy here has the healing AI response, which means that if I don't finish him off, he will heal. And all the damage we dealt so far will be in vain. He attacks. As a shadow, you get a large benefit by using concealment and then following up with sneak attack, because what sneak attack does, it's while concealed you deal X time more damage, and you lose this concealment. Concealment can also help you avoid damage. So a 10% concealment is a 10% chance to avoid damage unless you spend it for a sneak attack, like you'd expect for an RPG game. Okay, so let's hide in shadows. Its reaction, I can only use one and then the other will go away. If you play any other card, both reaction cards will be going away. And sneak attack for 6 damage. So we rolled the least damage, but no, it's multiplied by 2. Starting for the highest bidder and plan B. For the highest bidder is a very good card to have, but we won't have much chance playing with this card in the casual mode. Too much action points we will probably not be reaching till stage 3. So let's take plan B. It will be useful all the way. Novice Enchantress and Illusionist, they both have healing. She has Hex, Dispel. Let's use Skulk and our dagger to finish here off. We dealt 12 damage this time, thanks to the sneak attack, and another Skulk on Backstab. Again, we have access now to both human and shadow cards. So never underestimate the effect of your race in the tactical options it can provide, in addition to what your class can do. Let's open the chest. I will get the armor. I can also get this offhand dagger, but let's also get the chicken leg in case we get hungry. And actually I will be moving the bomb and the chicken leg into my stash. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to use them, I want to keep them in case I'll be needing them in a boss fight or in a tough elite encounter, but I'm leaving these elixirs so I can get the XP of them. And in fact you could just do this and be done with it, get the XP and move along. Continue. Let's see the merchant's wares. Now there is a backpack. Each turn we can be choosing one of these 3 cards, which is very good. It's like each turn we have access to a chicken leg or a torch or a sturdy. But I will save my farthings for later on. Let's do a skulk, sneak attack. Okay, so let's do a Ridora here. Hypnosis, and now he has 3 vulnerable counters, so if I am to play this card it will get the bonus intense effect, which essentially will deal 7 intense damage to him because of the vulnerable counters he had in addition. Now we are in the boss, and unfortunately this is Ulnir, she's not a human. My cards has potential of 1, so this bribe won't work. Also Lana is a pretty dangerous enemy, even with the reduced power and health enemy has here in casual. If she survives she can be a real pain in the so let's just she used her war cry, she used her war cry, so they both now deal more damage, but the benefit of the Shadow is that can deal extremely high amounts of damage with their concealment sneak attack combos. And essentially as long as you can do a concealment and a sneak attack, you can kill anything. Let's play plan B. Get ourselves a skulk. So this plan B is equal to an option you always have available at every node when you are playing in Iron Man. You can always take advantage of these options once per turn after you clear the node, which is really useful. So undead are immune to most things. You won't be able to bewitch, make them vulnerable, weaken them, or all this stuff. But they will still take the sneak attack damage. And the reason they can take the sneak attack damage is because otherwise they would be way too powerful and really hard to kill if they were immune to everything. Let's start. Plants also have. We haven't defeated him, so we wanted to know, but they have the same resistances as the undead mostly. So he can't be get vulnerable, for example. Or stunned and so on. Okay, now fighting defensively is a larger problem. I wanted these cards, but I will just discard them because they are dragging me down. So this for the defend bonus, because as we said, plants can't get vulnerable. And the more you delay on a fight, the worse things get, because the enemy can bring reinforcements like this and give you much more headaches to deal with. But this is a living animal and it can get vulnerable, it can get poisoned, can get weakened. Just mind their rage. Continue. So we can pick 2 cards to add to our deck. I will be getting the Explorer Cloak and the Alchemist Bomb. And also the Inside and the Tripwire. Keep in mind when you equip armors and accessories that they have an upkeep, a cost that you pay from your action points, so you get to regenerate less, and that might be problematic. Deal 3 astral damage. Better than nothing. I will save the backstab to use it along with the concealment effect, like the one Skulk provides. Here, 18 damage, can kill almost anything you can encounter at this point. I think this would be enough, no? Can be. Prepare. Takedown is a very good card to have, because not only deals damage, but it also gives concealment and then synergy sneak attack to your next card. This Ring of Shadows will be very useful. I will also take this. Okay, so Elixir, you go to my backpack stash, and I will switch from the Explorer cloak to the Ring of Shadows. This will consistently give us a synergy of concealment. So even if we don't have a concealment card, we get to get concealment from this active card modification. So if, for example, I play the dagger, it gets concealment. It won't trigger its own sneak attack, but now that I have concealment, I can trigger my next sneak attack. So for example, I can use Curvet to sneak attack. Use Ridora to sneak attack. Okay, now I'll be using I will use Weak Poison and use Skulk and then take down. It would be nice if I have a card to follow up, but even if I was to save them, I wouldn't have enough slots to draw new cards, so get a concealed weapon. Okay, so let's play Ridora to, or maybe we can get the Weak Poison and now use the concealed weapon here. Just emptied my hand so I can get to draw something more interesting. This is Elf. It gets curiouser and curiouser. So when an enemy is concealed, they don't take up retribution damage, which is something to keep in mind. Let's add this armor to our stack. Litika. She doesn't have any physical resistance we should be aware of, but we won't be needing this. We can start with poison and give her our best sneak attack. Also finish this guard because it hits hard. Now I'll be using this backstab. It's important to get the most out of your sneak attacks, especially when it comes to bosses and other tough enemies. So our human master is at 32, which means that we have now unlocked the tier 3 human cards. And let's see what we have here. We have detect auras, which we can, which is a good card to fight against ambushes. But you don't have to worry about that at this casual stage where things are pretty easy and casual. And we also get to access this takedown card, which I will in fact remove this fight dirty. And also hypnosis. And the whip poisons. I will just discard this one. That wasn't a very good play because I already had concealment for the synergy. I could have taken advantage of it. As you can see now, the sneak attack gets up to 5. Can use the plan B. We can also tap into our supernatural power, that is access our racial cards. Which I'll just get a dream book and use it on myself. And the reason I use it while there are dead notes is so I can stock up on cards. Let's use... let's take this courtesan informer on our side. and take down him. And add this to inventory, add this to deck, discard this, and in fact move this to my stash, move the elixir to my stash, and also reduce the curvettes, remove the tripwire. Blood leeching wasp, fire wasp. So when you don't know what the enemy does, consider them deadly and dangerous, and try to finish them off as fast as possible. And after you have defeated them and know exactly what tactics they can use and what not, and you can judge whether they need immediate attention or not. Like now, for example, I would consider Armored Gaul someone I should kill in one go before he shields, because enemies shield 5 points per level. He will shield up to 15 points. That would be really hard to deal with. So my play is to get the concealment and do a sneak attack. Thus he's at his shielding point. Exactly what we wanted to avoid. But good for us that he used his flank ability. And now we can take him down. Boost our defense a bit. And the chest, let's get the healing ointment and the alchemist bomb and add them to our stash. I will go in. It's always nice to go in here, even if it's more dangerous. It's usually worth it, because you will get out with many cool rewards, if you get out, that is. Actually I will finish him off, because he might shield it up. He's a guardian. A new ability here is Illusory Copy, and he will attempt to summon a -1 level copy of themselves, that is a level 1 con artist, and I don't want that to happen. Let's we need to trigger this synergy, so unfortunately I will have to sacrifice this plan B. because even though it doesn't say so, it will get this concealment. And now that I have the concealment, I can use one sneak attack here. And one sneak attack here. Now I don't mind him having 2 hit points because I know he will heal and won't clone himself. So it was an unfortunate event that he survived, but still convenient in a sense. Let's play the Eridora, get the concealment, do a takedown, sneak attack for 7 times this damage. That's 14 damage for him. And I can actually do Skulk. Kill him with the Skulk. Retain my concealment. And I use the card here to finish her off as well. I could just end it by controlling her, but let's continue. Removing the consumables. On the equipment side, I'm quite happy with the Ring of Shadows, but I can actually replace my armor. No, it's not worth the extra action point. We can't control any of these, but the potential is 3, so we can attempt to bewitch one of them, and in doing so also get our concealment benefit. So I can now take down,
level up,
backstab. He hurts himself, so I can now recurve, take down, use my dagger. And now that we level up, we can actually increase our agility and our strength. Let's see what perks we can get with our 3 levels worth of unspent perk points. Your vulnerable and kill effects increase by +1. Conditional vulnerable requires -1 to trigger. Racial we have Bewilling. Okay, so I will get energetic. And I will get ranged weapon training. And I will get sturdy because that will increase our takedowns direct damage. No, I won't get any of this stuff. don't have much use for dark cards. So you can get your perks at any point you like. He's elf, he's dwarf, she's human, but not worth much or and we can finish them both off now. Here's a takedown on the skeleton. He will shield up, but we'll deal lots of damage with our sneak attacks. So the most we make out of them, the better. We can take the mental whip. Maybe we can synergize a takedown into it. Let's see. So this will get a sneak attack. Not the outcome I was expecting. That's because I don't deal much slashing damage anyway. This deals more, but I will take the telekinetic bind. Let's visit the town. It's 2 at night. My best option is to rest at the inn room. Sell the stuff I don't need. Commodities. Do I have any commodities in my deck? In my stash, sorry. No, I don't. So escape route is a nifty ability to have. I will get the cat burglar. And a few more bombs for the boss fight in case we need them. I can also get this poison bomb, this one, and a potion. I don't care about investing in my deck much because this is the final stage for this run. This is it. We defeat this boss and go home with the tokens and the mastery. But if you were to play normal, where the stages go up to 6, or if you were to play in an even harder mode like Iron Man, where stages go up to 9, then you'd want to invest more in building a powerful deck rather than thinking about a particular boss. Gnome human.
Swift hands for easy pickings.
Continue. At this point, I don't care about any of these cards. Let's do Skulk, Dagger, get the escape route, Backstab. And we have Mina again, but this time we know all about her potential tactics, and she can reanimate and would do many cool stuff if we let her, but we won't. We'll just kill her if we can in this turn. Let's do an escape route, Backstab for 6 times this damage, and a takedown, Dagger for 5 times this damage. So Mina is past. Boost our defense. And this is it, folks. We finished this run. Our tokens now is 52. Our Shadow Master is 23. And when I reincarnate, I will get some additional. So 57 tokens, and Human Mastery 51, Shadow 25. And at this point, I can unlock, if I want, a new class. But if I want to unlock a new race, I will have to wait till my next playthrough. Or I could do a halfway run, so let's go into Mystic. Because our intellect, Mystic, rely on fire, water, and damage. We can also push those other not negative. I don't like negatives. And let's play in casual with this guy, which we'll name Rogelio. It's a character from Jane the Virgin. We're watching with my wife. I'm playing. And as you can see now that you have the enemies you have defeated are much easier to deal because you know what to expect from them actually. Study the grimoire. Let's get the ice ball. Now an interesting thing about multicast is that both copies that you are going to play, 1 and 2, will both have this synergy applied to it. So I will actually do this. Continue. Study the leather grimoire, get the electric jolt, the iceberg. So you might be still attuned in the previous character where concealment was for us our damage source, but now it's just something to avoid damage. So they miss. They failed to pass our concealment. And that's a very good thing to have, particularly in tougher modes where your character has much less hit points. Here in casual we start with additional hit points. And let's adjust our deck a bit to make it a bit more offensive. So from the human side I will only keep my curiosity. I will move this to the stash, move the bomb to the stash. We are in the minimum deck size of 18 cards. Cards with Unravel stay in my hand. Get the plan B, always useful when it comes. So now I'll synergize focus, so I can get to draw 2 cards, one of each, and synergize some additional damage. Unfortunately, season 1.
Level up.
Oh, got a level up. So we can now go and I will get intellectual. This will increase my intellect. And I will also increase my fire damage. You have to eventually invest in all kind of damages, but fire is a good source to invest at. We can also leave the other points. So if you can see in comparison, the Mystic have so many damaging spells, but it actually takes us longer to defeat enemies. This will change when these cards get upgraded or once your character starts getting more perks to boost their damage. Because the Shadow, yes, can deal huge amounts of damage, but they have to be concealed in order to do that. We can get the Conjure Flames. We can recruit the dog if we want, but I will just distract him and steal the Mana Stone and the Healing Ointment. Healing Ointment goes to Stas, but I will be equipping the Mana Stone. Don't have enough willpower to take advantage of the focus yet. Unequip. We don't need much there. Action point bonus. Let's get the bomb and the commodity and remove them both from our deck. Actually, there is a game mode option that when you get cards, they are added directly into your stash, and then if you want, add them to deck. It's by default enabled in the adventure mode, but not in casual because you usually wouldn't pick cards that you don't particularly need. I will get the Ice Golem. And as you can see, we are already played one run as a Shadow, and we are already approaching the second boss, and all this we still haven't passed the hour. And actually, if I wasn't talking and just playing, it takes very little time to complete a run. Let's do the stash. Put the 2 bombs. And the Elixir of Tenacity. 2 bombs, Elixir of Tenacity, and we have another bomb. That's a Shuffle Backpack to hand. At least we can get to fortify our health.
Level up.
We could also have attacked with our golem. You need 2 level up points to increase attributes that are above 16, so both intellect and willpower need 2 points. I will increase my intellect. And I will add 2 stillness to my deck. Along with the curiosities. And also get Stalwart. Let's get a mystic card. I will get stillness. Study the grimoire, get the bribe. Continue. We'll also get the big potion. The mental whip. And at this point I will remove the potion to the stash as we usually do. So as you can see, the Fire Wasp abilities are now revealed, and it has flying and it also has cover, which once alternated can be quite dangerous, but doesn't take much fire damage either. Resists fire damage. 5. And this goes to, you might be tempted to make a mystic deck that it's like all fire, for example. That's a bad idea because you might end up fighting enemies that have resistance and your element of choice. So the best option is to have as much versatile deck as possible. I don't have any equipment on. I can get the Fire Mage's robe. It's an armor. I will re-equip my apprentice staff. It got unequipped when I got the offhand because it's a two-handed weapon. And we can afford the Sunstone as well. I won't be entering the dungeon this time. I'll visit the town, however. Sell what we don't use. Buy a nice golem. Buy a bomb. I won't be taking this, no need, we are near the boss now, so I will just move things fast. So we can get to unlock our first race. So spamming spells like this, it's only possible because we are playing in the casual mode, and in the casual mode fatigue comes slower. So each time you play a spell, your concentration drops, and when it drops below 0, then you start getting fatigued and all actions start to cost more. So we played all this and we just dropped to 4. But when you are in Ironman, instead of 10 it's 6, and when you are in Olmar, instead of 10 it's 8. So after playing 8 or 6 cards, the fatigue will come, and you need to be more mindful on what actions you are playing. Okay, almost at the boss. Let's open the chest. We can get a talisman. Before continuing, I want to summon this ice golem. So our enemy this time is Grogl, who is a battle rager, along with several dangerous looking fellows. So let's start bombarding them. And keep the bombardment coming. I have one alchemist bomb. I might need this as well.
Level up.
And that's it, folks. We cleared casual twice in 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I think I was still talking too much. And now that you have 82 tokens with you could unlock like 2 classes, or you can unlock one race. What you will unlock is up to you. You can go and check their details and study them carefully. Perhaps you have some idea of what you want to be playing next. I will just unlock the vampire to show you how it's done, accept, and now I can play as a vampire. You could also check the various cards each race has to offer before you decide. But I will be unlocking them all in order. So, vampire unlocked, and this is it. I hope you will enjoy this combined Shadow Mystic run, and see you next time.